Hello students, we are going to continue with our fifth chapter. Right now, next topic is selection. In recruitment, what we have seen that yes, the probable candidate, they are going to apply for the job, right? Or from where we can get the particular suitable candidate, right? Now, whatever the amount of application that has been received, right, by the company, they are going to they are going to call them for the interview, and particular the process that selecting a probable candidate or a suitable candidate for the job for the company, that is called as selection, right? So selection, that means what? That whatever the application that has been received, amongst them, what we are going to do, we are going to select the particular candidate, right? That I have given you the example in the process and the particular recruitment, right? That if we are in a need of 10 people or 15 people, right, and we have received of like 25 to 30 applications, then we need to we need to select a proper candidate, right? And it is a part of a recruitment process. Why? Because see, in recruitment, what we have done, we have invited people, or we have given the advertisement, or we have gone to the particular campus placement or anything, that promotion, transfer, or whatever that we have done, right? Amongst them, we are going to select the best employee or the best worker that can give maximum satisfaction or maximum output to the company. Right now, this selection process or the selection, that is based on what? That is based on the particular type of a business, size of a business, or a kind of employees that are required, right? This question can be asked into 1 mark by what is the base of selection procedure, or what is the base of selection process. So this, that is size, type of organization, and kind of are going to be required, right? And most of that, that we have 3 different levels of management, that is top, middle, and a bottom, right? And in each and every level of management, we are going to go through this selection procedure, or selection, it will be there, right? Most probably that at the bottom level of management, this selection procedure is very simple, right? And in that particular what we can say that that in a specific, if I need to say by managerial staff, that is middle level, and the top level management is that, then a specific procedure that is going to be required, right? Because see, mostly at the middle level and the top level of management, people, they are going to have that particular idea about what they are going to have, a particular idea about the physical knowledge as well as psychological knowledge too, right? And in the bottom level, that limited knowledge that is going to be required, right? So not that lengthy or a specific procedure it is there, but in middle level management and bottom level management, we are going to need this particular specific selection procedure with the specific skill, knowledge, and experience that is required for the specific department or for the specific level, right? And the selection of suitable, expert, experienced, and loyal employee is invaluable asset for the enterprise. See, scientific selection that will be done, right? Why? Because scientific selection that is going to be done, like suppose for an example, we are in a need of a production departmental head, right? Then what we are going to look for? We are going to look for that person is having that particular experience in the production department, that particular person is having a educational qualification, right? And what is the success ratio, right? So that a probable suitable candidate, if we are going to select, then it is going to prove that invaluable asset for the business, right? And sometimes that many of the management gurus, they make the concept of selection as a negative process. Why? Because why it is called as a negative process? Simple. We are going to receive 30 of application, right? And we are going to select only 10. Why? Because we are in a need of a 10 people, right? But that does not mean that those 20 people, they will be rejected. They will be put into the waiting list, right? So that we can use them, or we can utilize them for the future period of time. Okay, getting my point, right? So selection, it is all about what? It is all about selecting the best and a probable, or we can say that suitable candidate for the business enterprise, for the business unit, so that they can get success in the successful implementation of the objective. Okay, right? Next, that is process of selection. Let's see. It's a simple procedure. Nothing like that, right? We are going to understand it with practical. Like first, that is welcoming in primary meeting. Like suppose that there is a advertisement that is there, a Divine Public School, they are in a need of teachers, right? Then what is the first step that will be there? Like obviously they are going to invite the applicants, right? Suppose I have applied for the job, then a specific one day it will be there, like there will be interview date that will be fixed. Like suppose for an example, today is particular 8th of July, and we are going to arrange the interview at 9th of July, right? So I will be getting a call. So I will be getting that particular interview call, or we can say that first meet that will be there, or a primary meeting, it will be there with the management, right? So what is the first step that you are going to do? You are going to meet, and you are going to go into the particular that premises, and you are going to meet up at the reception, right? So now what is the first thing that a receptionist is going to do? That is, first they are going to do the primary investigation, right? Like, that suppose I have that OCM subject and eco subject, right, and the vacancy about accountancy and statistics subject, then obviously my primary meeting, in that only I will be getting rejected. Why? Because that receptionist will be instructed to do that thing. Suitable candidate will be sent to whom? To the recruitment officer, right? Now, who is a recruitment officer? Recruitment officer is a specific person who is working into the, that HR department, human resource management or human resource department, right? He will be gathering the information about the candidate, as what is the job profile, what kind of roles that he has played in the particular previous organization, what is the knowledge and amount of skill that person is having. Okay, so what is the objective of thing? That is to restrict the number of employees who are applying for the job which are unsuitable, right? Those candidates who are unsuitable, they will be sent back to the home. Simple, right? They are going to receive the application. They are going to ask about, okay, what is your experience, how you are going, what are the subjects that you are teaching, right? If I say that eco and OCM, then they are directly going to say, no, we don't have the requirement. We have requirement of that accountancy and statistics, right? Getting my point? So while this thing will be filtered into the primary meeting, right, then it will save the time of a recruitment officer, right? See, recruitment officer, this term, that is what, by recruitment officer, they are going to specifically work for this purpose only, right? They are going to collect the data of the probable candidates. They will be handling all this recruitment procedure, right? They will be doing a work in the organization or a business unit for the, that maintaining the manpower in the company. They will be given a target. Yes, in a production department, you have to get a particular amount, 20 to 30 of people, then for the appointment that need to be done. So they are going to what? They are going to arrange interviews. They are going to call the particular candidates, probable candidates, and they are going to call them for what? They are going to call them for the interview. So when selection process, it starts with what? It starts with the welcoming and the primary meeting. Primary meeting with whom? Primary meeting at the reception counter, right? And if it is suitable, then and then only they will be sent those applications, right? They are going to what? They are going to be there. Okay, yes, I am going to submit my resume. They are going to go through it. If I am found suitable, then the next step, that is second, receiving and screening of application, right? That recruitment officer is going to go through everything: education, qualification, skill, experience, what is the knowledge of the candidate, right? If they are going to found suitable, then they will be instructed to fill up the job application form in the company, right? And along with the resume, along with the biodata, right, that that job application that you must be writing in your English language, right? Your particular biodata will be there, plus that enclosure, that is attachment, xerox copy of mark sheets, experience certificates, etc., that will be attached. So that will give the particular idea to the recruitment officer, yeah, whatever the information that has been given by the particular candidate is true, accurate and correct, right? And those filled up application, they will be screened by whom? By the recruitment officer. If they found it suitable, then they will be sent it to the next step, otherwise they will be rejected, right? Like that specific sometimes that the business unit, that they are going to provide that specific parameter, 3 years of experience in the specific field with English medium, right? So these are the criteria. Like suppose the person is having experience of only 1 year, he will be rejected. If a person is not teaching in the English medium school, then he will be rejected, right? So this is called as what? This is called as the particular screening of the application, right? So the suitable candidate, they are going to what? They are going to fill up the form, and then they are going to continue with this selection procedure, right? So first step, that what we have done, by primary meeting it is done. Second step, that is of what? That is of a receiving and a screening of application by the recruitment officer, right? And then third, that is taking the necessary test. Okay, understand this thing. To reduce the time, right? Like suppose for an example, there are 50 candidates. Now just imagine, right, in a whole day you are going to take 50 interviews. That is not the particular thing, that 50 candidates they cannot attend at the same time. So to simplify those things, a particular test that will be organized, a various tests to know whether this candidate is suitable or not for the particular job, right? It can be a general scenario that is given, that various tests. That is, first is IQ test to understand the common sense, memory, smartness, power of decision making and thinking capacity, right? See, it is a spelling mistake is there. It is a decision making, not decision making, right? Decision making is there. So with the IQ test, that some questions it will be there, right? It will be a multiple choice question or that logical question that will be asked to them, okay, and on the basis of their answer they will be selected. Second, aptitude test, that it is what, see, it is the most important thing. Why? Because what is the interest of work that specific person is coming for the interview of a production department, then whether that person is having a that interest into specific work or not. If yes, then okay. If not, then they will be rejected, right? Then comes the trade test, that is they have to what, perform the necessary skill expected, right? Like suppose when they are going to practically that given the task, how much they are capable of doing the thing, right? Or whatever doing the performing the task, whether they are eligible or not, everything that will be what, everything that will be measured, or we can say that it will be analyzed through the particular questions that, or we can say that particular answers given by the candidate, right? And psychological test, that is nature, self-confidence, attitude, habits of the candidate. See, generally this four thing, that is IQ test, aptitude, trait test, psychological test, it will be consist of only one thing, that is we can say that one test only, right? But various questions like 10 question of IQ test, 10 question of aptitude, 10 trait and 10 psychological test, right? Many of the business unit, they are going to conduct this kind of a test. And like suppose for an example 50 applications received, from that 10 applications were rejected in the first and a second step, then 40 candidates, they have been given a test. Now only 20 have cleared, so obviously the burden that has been reduced. Only 20 candidates that need to be go to the particular next stage, and the next step is personal interview, right? Okay, but yes, screening of application done, right? In that we have rejected 10 candidates, other 40 candidates, they have given the test of the particular IQ test, aptitude test, trait test or a psychological test, right? And amongst them 20 people, they have what, they have cleared. So now those 20 candidates will be sent it to the personal interview. Now what is personal interview? Those who have cleared the test, right, a particular selection committee that will be formed, right? Or we can say that interview committee that will be formed. Now what is interview committee? What they are going to, or what is the team that they consist of? See, suppose for an example a production team is in a need of a particular manpower, right? Now those 20 people, one by one, they will be what, they will be sent it to the personal interview, and that interview committee that will be included like that representative of the management, the departmental head, the personnel manager and the expert from the various fields. Like see, it's a team that will be created, like suppose a managerial head will be there, departmental head like production departmental head, because they are the only one who are going to test the technical knowledge or the whatever the experience that they have mentioned. Like suppose I'm teaching the OCM subject, I'm teaching the eco subject, then a expert person, they will be sitting into the interview committee and they will be asking me the question, right? They are going to ask me the question about the subject, content about the subject, right? So obviously like that personnel manager, that means a particular departmental head of HR, that is human resource, right? Now that person will not be having that much of a knowledge, they can only ask about the general question or the general scenario, right? But to test the technical knowledge, that what is the practical knowledge that I am having into the subject, right? So that will come to know with the expert person or the particular departmental head, right? So interview committee that consists of this thing, by yes, representative of the management, departmental head, personnel manager and the experts from the various field, right? Now specifically work related questions that will be asked, right? And here in this step, a particular that whatever the terms and a condition of the working, that is working condition, or what kind of role or what kind of work that will be expected from the candidate, that will be informed to them, right? Like they will be telling, yes, you need to take 6 lectures in a one day, you are going to do that, you are going to do this, obviously. So that will what, that will, they are going to know the eagerness, that yes, how much a person is willing to do the work, right? So personal interview, that means we can say that that one-on-one interaction it will be there, right, with the various interview committee, that it can be considered 4 to 5 people. They are going to take interview of the particular person, of a candidate. All the 20 candidates, they have cleared the test, right? And then they are going to what, they are going to ask the work related questions. Okay, so that is the 4th step. Moving ahead, that is 5th one, that is checking references. See, it is important. Now what is checking references? Like when the filling of the form, the candidate will be asked about the particular references. That means the candidate need to give that at least 2 person name, right, which he previously worked. Like suppose for an example, I came into Divine School from the particular other school, so I need to give the 2 name of a people, those who are working with me in the Pulsana. So now what is the need of this references? Need is there because whatever the data whatever the particular information that I have been providing into the particular present organization that I have coming for the interview, whether they are correct or not. Like suppose I am telling, okay, I am working for the 4.5 years in the particular school. So to check whether that person is actually working or not, so they will be finding out with the particular checking of references, right? Then they are going to ask some questions also about my behavior, about my sincerity, that yes, that person is regular or not, or disciplined or not, right? So it will be like, that not they are going to go personally, they are going to ask that a particular telephonic conversation, it will be there, right? So they will be calling up the particular person who I have mentioned into my references, right? And they are going to ask that yes, this person is suitable for the job or not, right? So about the opinion, like that whether the person, whatever the amount of experience that he has mentioned, whether it is true or not, that person is technically sound or not, a person or a candidate is having a particular knowledge and a skill or not, everything that will be taken, or it will be done into the references. Okay, right? Then sixth, preliminary selection. Now particular, that so a few candidates, like out of 20, 10 candidates, or we can say that only 5 candidates, they have been shortlisted, right? So that is the preliminary selection, not the final one, right? Because like suppose for an example, okay, like only one candidate that has been selected, right? So obviously there will be negotiation, it will be there about the salary, they are going to go through the particular the next step of a physical or a medical examination, whether they are going to pass or not. So probably this preliminary selection list, that is shortlisted candidates, they will be more in numbers, like more than one, more than two. That is, I have given an example about 5 people, they have been shortlisted, right? Now these 5 people will be sent it to the next stage, that is physical, then medical, that is examination, right? After the preliminary selection, they will be sent. Now what is the objective of this step? That is to know whether that person is physically fit or not, right? Or whether that person is able to perform the task. Because see, if the person's health is not good, right, they are not 100% fit, then obviously it is going to impact the productivity of the employee, right? So physical examination, that need to be done, right? And after physical examination, whatever the like suppose out of 5, only 2 are selected, only 2, right? They have cleared the physical or a medical examination, then those 2 candidates will be sent it to other stage or step or next step, right? And 3 candidates, they will be put into the waiting list. Now we have understood the concept of waiting list, that those who have particular that rejected employees, they can be used for the particular future period of time, so they can be they can put into the waiting list, right? So medical examination, that will be done, and those who have cleared, then they will be offered, that is appointment letter. Now understand this thing, right? What is appointment letter? Now me and the other particular candidate, they have been selected, they have been cleared the particular thing, like about a particular physical medical examination. Then appointment letter, that will be given, like it will be this later, it will mention like what is the job description, it will be there, what is the role that I am going to perform, what are the financial incentive I will be getting, what is my remuneration, what are my job timings, etc., right? Now from these 2, like suppose I have agreed with the terms that is mentioned into the appointment letter, then I will be selected, that final selection, it will be done, right? I will be signing that appointment letter and submit it to the employer, that is I will be submitting to my business unit, that is particular the boss of my company, right? So obviously that after the signing of this appointment letter, then and then only my selection, that will be finalized, right? I am accepting, yes, I have whatever the amount of salary that they have offered, I am agreed, whatever the role and responsibility they are going to assign, I am agreed, right? And on depend on the, or particular we can say that on the basis of that, I am going to sign that appointment letter and submit that copy to the business unit, to the organization, right? And last step, induction into the organization and allotment of work. Induction, that means introduction, a general introduction, it will be there, like suppose I am joining the company, so I will be sitting in the particular boardroom or a general meeting room, right? A particular training, it will be given, who is my boss, what is the organization structure is there, to whom I am responsible, to whom I am answerable, right? And in which team I will be working, everything that will be done. And after that, the allotment of work, that will be done. Okay, yes, finally I will be putting into the particular practical situation and I will be start doing my job. Okay, right? So selection procedure, that involves 9 steps. Okay, right? So here I'm concluding this lecture. Now next topic, that is training and development, it will be there, right? If you have any doubt, let me know, so we can solve it. Okay, thank you.